After the critical and financial success of his debut film, District 9, writer-director Neill Blomkamp quickly rose to stardom as one of the most promising young filmmakers to come along in quite some time. Even with the poor reception of his second film, Elysium, he somehow managed to rebound from it all by not only admitting that his last movie was a failure, but also securing the gig to direct the long-awaited follow-up to the Alien franchise, based solely on a series of concept art that he recently made public. Pretty exciting bit of news there, right? Well, you might want to lower your expectation levels down a few notches, especially once you've seen his latest film, Chappie, which takes place in the not-too-distant future, where the crime rate in the city of Johannesburg has gone down rather extensively, all thanks to a new line of robotic police officers. Former Slumdog millionaire Dev Patel plays the man responsible for the creation of these machines, who aspires to one day develop the world's first artificially intelligent being, much to the dismay of his CEO and rival co-worker, both played by Sigourney Weaver and Hugh Jackman respectively. Long story short, he finally follows through with his plans, and thus the sentient being known as Chappie is born, played here by Charlton Copley through motion capture animation. Now at first, you begin to think that this film will tackle the subject of artificial intelligence and the repercussions that follow with it in a very smart and endearing way, but sadly, all of that untapped potential is completely botched once Chappie finds himself in the care of these thuggish gangsters played by the lead members of Die Antwoord. And it's from this point onward where the film quickly starts to descend into complete mediocrity and disappointment. Part of the reasoning why it's such a massive letdown is the fact that almost every single character in this comes across as either one-dimensional or just straight up unlikable, and the story is completely deprived of any form of emotional catharsis. And it certainly doesn't help when you have respected actors like Hugh Jackman and Sigourney Weaver giving some of the weakest and over-the-top performances of their careers. Yeah, probably not the best way to go about your Alien campaign when the first thing you do is make Ellen Ripley herself look like an early frontrunner for next year's Razzies. There's also a few things about this film that just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, like the CEO declining the robot maker's request to partake in arguably the biggest scientific discovery of all time, even though he single-handedly helped make their company into the multi-billion-dollar corporation that it is today, or the fact that their company's security system is so incompetently bad that anybody could just as easily walk in and take whatever unauthorized equipment they so please and walk away completely scot-free. And for a corporation that profits from manufacturing robotic law enforcement, you'd think someone would take notice of this gaping flaw, especially the screenwriters. Aside from the incredible visual effects and one or two decent action sequences, this movie was a massive disappointment almost from beginning to end, as it does nothing but blatantly rip off other, better science fiction films that deal with the concept of AI in both satirical and thought-provoking ways. So on a scale from 1 to 10, I am giving Chappie a 4. With that said, our show is now concluded. I'm the host, and I will see you next time on another Midnight Movie Madness.
Nice mullet, asshole.